Welcome back, everyone, to my great UK metal detecting adventure. It is day 11, and we are counting down to British gold in episode number 1. Today's episode takes us out to a field that is filled with history. There's probably an old home site or two in this field, and it's across the road from a private residence which once was a pub in the 1500s and 1600s. So before we head out to the field and look for that history, and we do find some extraordinary coins today, please take a moment to give this a thumbs up. It will help the algorithms discover this video and offer it to others. And secondly, if you like what you're seeing here, consider subscribing, and that way you'll get a little notification when future videos are released. Well, sit back and enjoy this episode of I Dig High Tones, day 11 in the UK. Let's head to the field. And we have a beautiful, huge, vast field this morning. The weather looks like it's going to hold off the rain. First real signal of the morning, dug down about 4 or 5 inches, and we have a nice tomback button. And it's complete. First find of the day. Okay, we're on our next target today, and it's ringing up as a 77 on sensitive full tones. Let's take a look. It's in this clump. It was down about this deep. Definitely in the clump. Let's have a look and see what we've got. It's in this clump. Still in here. This one. And this is it. And we got ourselves a bit of a attachment, bronze attachment. Maybe a suspender clip or something similar. It's got some age. We're not far from a pub, and we're hoping to find a little more coinage. Well, we're about 1 hour in this morning on day 10. Had a screaming signal here, 88, 89, high tone, and I dug it, and this is what we have. It happens sometimes, even down 10, 12 inches, you get aluminum. Well, just after that grapefruit can lid, I had a signal over here walking back towards the pub, and here is what I found. And I do believe we have a hammered silver coin. I'm just going to put a little water on it, and we'll take another look at it. It looks like it could be a Commonwealth penny, the 2 shields. Just to verify that. Looks like a little banged up, but it's a hammered, and we've had a hammered silver drought until now. On to the next.
What a super cool coin. This comes from the Commonwealth period, which begins with the execution of Charles I in 1649, and that marks the end of the monarchy for a very brief period. England declares itself a republic, and Oliver Cromwell emerges as a central figure during this period. On the coin on the left, you see 2 shields, one containing St. George's cross, a cross of England, on the left, and the Irish harp on the right. On the reverse side of the coin, you see the shield, and above it, just where the plow damage is, would have been a mint mark, which is now unfortunately lost. But we see on the obverse the number 1 above the 2 crosses, which means it's a penny. What a cool coin.
And that's how sensitive these machines are sometimes. It's a copper washer about 10 inches down in the hole. On to the next. And this, ladies and gentlemen, may be our second hammer of the day, and it's not even noon. And I think it's a beauty. Down this hole, it rang up as a 70 or 71. And here's the coin here, and I haven't cleaned it. I believe this is a hammered. Let me just try to get some water on it and see what we have. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Just seeing enough come up. Oh, it looks pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah, and my squirt bottles really let me down today. Yeah, you can see the crusts start to come through on the back there. And let me just put the camera down for a second and just try to lightly clean it so we can see a little better. Okay, here's a better look at it. Definitely a long cross. It's not a voided long cross, just a cross that covers the full uh, height and width of the coin. A little close up on it. And the other side is a bit muddy. I don't really have enough water to play with that side. So we'll have Steve take a look at that and identify it later. Actually, I think I may see a date on it. I think I may see 1570 something on it, which would make it an Elizabeth, I believe. But we will wait to see when Steve has a look at it.
Well, folks, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am with this stunner of a coin. It's a hammered silver coin you see here on the left. Queen Elizabeth I, looking left, she's wearing a crown. Now, she ruled from 1558 to 1603. She was the monarch who was a prominent figure during Shakespeare's life and career. In fact, this whole period is often referred to as the Elizabethan period. There's a great cultural awareness and flourishing going on. On the reverse of the coin, you see the date 1575 above the shields, and along the edges of the coin, you see the words Civitas and London, which means this coin was minted at the Tower of London.
Another signal here coming up is 7172 on sensitive full tones, which is the same zone as the hammered, but it didn't have the same compact sound. I dug it nonetheless because it didn't sound trashy, and dug this, which is interesting, some sort of artifact. Not exactly sure what it is. I'm sure Steve will know. Has some age to it. Never seen one before, but there you have it. Okay, here we are. Still day 11, and I had a signal here. It was one of the few high tones I've had on the trip. I just dug this, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's looks like it's some sort of applique. It's a shell design. Yeah, and it's complete. At first, I thought it was a piece of a crotal bell, the bottom of a crotal bell, a decorated crotal bell. But when I dug it, wow, it's fantastic. Let's keep going. It's about 120, day 11. Got a 72, 74 signal here. It's down about 8 inches. Dug it, and first I thought it was a George II or George III coin, but instead, we've got a button. On to the next. Well, I just finished lunch and was walking about 50 feet from the van, and I dug a hole here. It was a 74 on sensitive full tones. It was a loud, booming signal, but it was very compact. I dug it, and I have a silver coin. I'm very excited about it because it's right here. And I think, from what I can see, that it could be a very early hammered coin. At first glance, I think this could be a very early hammered coin, maybe even Anglo-Saxon. I'm going to put a little water on it and see what we have.
Well, it's not Anglo-Saxon, but it is early. This is a short cross penny of Richard I, who ruled from 1189 to 1199. Now, Richard I is also known as Richard the Lionhearted because of his leadership, commanding armies, which started at the age of 16. He actually led the Third Crusade in 1189 to 1192. Very cool penny. Look at the face on this penny. How could you not love it? We even know it was minted in York. We even know the moneyer who minted it, who is Everhard.
Well, it's still the afternoon of day 11. I'm about, I'd say, 200 feet from where I found the Anglo-Saxon penny. Had a signal here that was very, very similar, 70, a booming 70, nice tight 70. It's in the clump here, I mean, you won't hear that because it's in my headphones, but we're going to look and see together what we have in here. And there it is. We can see the edge of it. Looks like it's going to be a buckle of some sort. That's what it is. Well, not a buckle. Some stray bronze. Don't think it's anything of importance. But boy, what a good signal. We're going to continue. We got 2 hours left today. Let's keep going. Might always be sunny in Philadelphia, but it's not always sunny here in Norwich. The weather just sort of snuck up on us. We've got a mixture of rain, a little sleet, a little snow. That won't stop us though. We've got a couple hours left on day 11. So rain or snow, it doesn't matter. We need to get back out there and find the goodies. And the great thing about metal detecting is that there's always a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I guess I should make my way down there and detect in that corner of the field. What do you think? Well, maybe that corner of the field. Or that corner of the field. Well, what a beautiful rainbow. A great day. Had some great finds, and there's still time to go. Well, we got what might be one of our last signals of the day. It's coming up as a very tight high tone, a 90. So let's give it a dig and see what we have. I already had my spade in the ground, so I'm gonna just turn it over. Sorry, Mr. Worms. Still in the ground. And still coming up 89 to 90. Let's see. You know, could easily be a can top or a can, but it was a nice tight signal. Still in the hole. Right there in the center, still in the hole. Let's see if we get another spade out. Spadeful out. It's a little muddy out here. All right, we're gonna have to go down and do this manually. We're gonna have to do it manually. It could be down deep. Oh, there it is off to the side. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think it's on the side of this. Yes, it is. And, oh, we got a big greenie, I guess. Yep, big old greenie. These give off great signals. Probably from the 1800s, early 1900s. It's pretty flat. Don't survive in most soils with a lot of detail. It's a coin. We've had a really good day. It'll dry up a little bit. We'll get a little more detail off of it. If we're really lucky, we'll get a date. But it's a coin. And we're going to start walking back towards the van. Got about 30 minutes left to detect. But it's been a great day with 3 hammereds plus some additional artifacts. So I'm going to start heading back to the van. It's been a fantastic day here, day 11. 3 hammered coins, including 2 spectacular coins. One from of Elizabeth, the other of Richard I, and they're really spectacular. The third one is Commonwealth, which is really Oliver Cromwell period, the Civil War period, which is actually rare as well and a really nice coin. And I've got a little bronze buckle top that's got the likeness of a crowned king, which is really kind of cool. So that's it for now. I'm going to head back to the van, see if we get another signal or two. This is day 11. One more day tomorrow. Well, day 11 is in the books, and what a day it was. First of all, it was a massive field, so people could spread out and really explore different sections of the field. I chose to walk to one side of the field where across the road is a private residence that used to be, several hundred years ago, a pub. So I detected in that area, that general area, had my first hammered there, which was a Commonwealth penny. And then a little bit later in the morning, I also found a second hammered coin, which was an Elizabeth I in really nice condition. And it's a 3 halfpence coin, or 1.5 pence coin, but they call it a 3 halfpence. And it's dated 1575, just a great looking coin. Later in the day, I went back to the van for lunch, and it's kind of almost comical now, but walking back into the field from the van, about 20 feet from the van, I got a great signal, and that was my third hammered of the day, which is also my earliest hammered. And it's Richard the First, or Richard the Lionheart. It's one of the earliest hammered coins that I found. And we'll take a look at all those, plus a couple of interesting artifacts. What a day, day 11. Oh, and I should mention, we had a great rainbow appear in the afternoon after a brief shower. And then we had 2 jets that bird dogged our field around 2:30 in the afternoon. They flew probably 200, 250 feet above us. It was amazing. They flew over and then did a turn. Really quite a day. So tomorrow's our last day. We're going to be back on the same farm, but a different field, and I'm hoping that we have similar results. But for now, let's take a look as a final wrap up on day 11. Starting off with the usual assortment of buttons, some large tombacks, some with a little bit of decoration. The second row there is a sort of octagonal button, which is kind of cool. Silver, really shiny, silvered face on that one. Again, many different sizes and shapes of buttons. Coming back around, we've got some horse furniture here, various types, some musket balls, some fired, some unfired, a couple fasteners, a little buckle. 2 coins here that are pretty far gone. One probably KG2 or KG3. The other not really identifiable, but probably 1700s, 1800s, maybe a little bit earlier in one case. Up top here, we got a little piece of silver foil, silver wrap, probably from a cane or walking stick, but that is sterling silver. Got a thimble. There's some more horse furniture here in shape of a really nice scallop. And then the bagged finds over here, we've got a possible Charles I farthing from 1625 to 1649. That would have been hammered copper, hammered bronze. And the real interesting finds here, first we've got this 13th to 14th century, what was identified as a buckle fragment, but I really believe is a ring because it has curvature to it, natural curvature to it. And on the front, you can see the face of a king looking directly at you and wearing a crown. Very cool piece. Obviously just a fragment. It's in bronze, but very cool piece.
Well, I often refer to Steve in these videos. Who the heck is Steve? Well, he's our incredibly knowledgeable tour director. And I challenged him on this artifact because I thought it just had to be a ring due to its curvature. It didn't take him long to send me this parallel. Was he right? Well, I think we can all clearly see that Steve's attribution was bang on.
And then hammered coins for the day, we've got the Commonwealth penny, 1649 and 1660. It's got a small hole in it, would have been sewn into clothing. This is from the time of Oliver Cromwell and the British Civil War. And then down below, 2 best finds of the day, favorite finds. First, we've got this Elizabeth I 3 halfpence or 1.5p coin. It's dated on the back 1575. Beautiful coin, great design, great shape. The date should be up here in the top corner. We'll give you a close-up in a minute. And then finally, the Richard I short cross penny from 1189. So quite an early penny here. And this would be Richard the Lionhearted from New York Mint. So really nice penny there as well. All in all, a very good day. And that is day 11. On to day 12, last and final day tomorrow.
What an incredible day. Thanks for taking this journey with me. Join me for the next episode, which will be day 10, as we work our way backwards and count down to UK gold. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.